more so a perception type thing. I'm only ever competitive as far as how hard I'm gonna go. If it if it pan out that I get a number one, so be it. But if it didn't, then I wouldn't be losing sleep about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talk about Hall of Fame's vision, where you didn't really do have a lot of guest appearances on your records, and you decided this time. I didn't even realize it. It's like 10 solo and 10 features. That's a lot of features. Like, why was that the right decision?
I feel like it was just me trying to tap into everybody else's fan base because I done created a solid foundation with the fan base that I have right now with my first two projects and not tapping in. So I just wanted to see what type of difference that would make as far as me elevating.
What was that like connecting with these artists? Like, I heard when you got back that Little Wayne verse, you was like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? The MC
Hmm.
competitiveness came in. Like, talk about
Yeah,
that, like getting a Wayne verse back and seeing how he went so crazy on that thing.
yeah, it was just like me growing up, really just respecting him and seeing him do that all throughout his career,
Yeah.
and just to witness it firsthand is just a crazy thing to me. But I know that's the same type of approach that I take to music all the time, though. And most of that reason is because I grew up listening to him. So I couldn't do nothing but respect that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you connect. I know some of the stuff was sent to you versus back and forth, but I know you and Roddy Rich, you both young giants in the game. Y'all actually linked up together, like, and you guys, keep it kind of low key, sometimes antisocial. What was it like for like two antisocial dudes to really get to know each other and connect on that joint?
Um, it's a quiet studio session. For real. We made our music and went about our way for real. Roddy don't talk a lot. I don't really either.
How exciting is it to get Nicki Minaj, man? When you get Nicki Minaj featured, I know you got the barbs all in your mentions and stuff. Like, it goes crazy. Like, what was it like getting Nicki involved with the project?
Um, it was a big deal for me, definitely because as far as um, just female rappers in the game, in my personal opinion, it don't get no bigger than Nicki Minaj as far as the
Sir.
legacy that she cemented.
Yes, sir.
So, so just to get her on the record just was crazy to me. I didn't even believe that I'd be able to do it.
It was dope too. You think you're gonna put a visual out on that? You think that might get a single look?
For sure, I'm down to do it for sure. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Like, when I listen back to the album, and I think I heard you mention it to some of your fans, but obviously there's big features. So if you're looking at the track list, you see all these big features. But to me, the heart of the album is the intro and the outro, right? Painting Pictures and Bloody Canvas, and then
Hmm.
Toxic and Blackhearted in there. Like, to me, those four songs are kind of like the heart of the album in a sense. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, definitely. Just because um, those tracks give you different feelings, but that's really generally what I am and who I am as an artist. Those four songs that you say, that's really who I am as an artist. Nothing out. A lot of other songs is me testing the waters, experimenting, but those four songs, that's the music that I generally make that my fan base know that I'm known for, like heartfelt music, just real music. So I could definitely agree with that.
What do you think that passion comes from? Is that part of your upbringing from Chicago? Like, what do you think that drive or that passion comes from?
Definitely the Chicago upbringing, all the things that I witnessed, all the things that I learned, all the things that I know, and me just implementing that into music.
Yeah, now, I'm in California. I heard you moved out here. Like, what's that transition been like for you? Like, to leave your hometown. Obviously there's good and bad with that, right? The hometown, and we
Hmm.
know how crazy what we hear goes down with Chicago. Like, do you miss hometown? And then what's this transition been like for you to be out here in California more full time?
Do I miss Chicago? Yeah, I definitely have my times where I miss it. Definitely enjoy being in California just because of the change of scenery. It's a lot more peaceful, less busy, and I can stay to myself. And that's the type of person that I am.
Dope, dope. But you always show love Chicago, even on a sports tip, man. I saw you in you mentioned him on the joint 33 on the last album, but you and Scottie Pippen actually connected, and you got to get your Elliott Wilson on. You was interviewing Scottie Pippen, man. Tell me what that was like, man.
Um, that was dope. That was crazy to me though. Like, just knowing how he a legend in the city with everything that he done for the city. Just knowing that I came far enough to be able to interview a guy like him is just crazy.
And I see you obviously the artwork you paid homage to Michael Jordan. Like, do you plan on trying to meet Mike one day? And then what do you think that's gonna be like? Do you have any kind of specific things you want to chop it up with him about when you get to meet Jordan?
No, not necessarily. I don't, I don't really know what it because I don't play ball like that for real. I mean, I do, but I'm saying like I don't know. I don't feel like it'd be a dope thing to meet Mike, but I don't know what it necessarily I'll be able to say to him.
Going back to the music real quick, I forgot that. So in terms of like, I wanted to really break down painted pictures and bloody canvas because you see a lot of tracks, 20 tracks, but I feel like you put a lot of care into the sequence. And with artists, it's very important what your intro is and what your outro is. So
Hmm.
talk to me first about painting pictures. Why do you think that was like the right intro for the album?
Because painting pictures, like I said, that's like vintage Polo G. Like that's the type of music that I started out with. So I wanted to lead with that just to let my fans know before we go left that I'm still me. I'm still here. And then just going with the outro, I had never done a story song before, but I
Yeah.
always tell stories within my music. So I just wanted to get them something that I had never done before, and something that's not really commonly done in this day and age in music.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah, the whole thing with that is you do it like in third person, right? The bloody canvas, you talk about yourself in third person.
In a way, yeah.
It's crazy. So we'll talk about family a little bit, man. Your mom is actually your manager, man. Talk about that. Like why was that the right decision? And like, how do you balance that business and the personal side with you and your moms?
Um, you say, how do I balance it?
Yeah, because you got to do business all the time, but this is important to kind of draw a certain time where it's not all about business. It's just moms, and you just kicking it like casual, or it's like is it easy to kind of navigate between both?
It's definitely easy to navigate. Me and my mother got a good relationship on the personal tip. So when it comes down to business, I know it bodes well. It goes the same way. I know she wouldn't tell me anything wrong, so we never really bump heads. It's always just really smooth sailing.
Yeah, and then you shout out your pops too, man. On Black Hearted, you said he saw the inspiration. I know you have a new son yourself. Like, talk about having a mother and father that's active, in your life and being blessed in that way. That must mean a lot.
Yeah, that's why I can acknowledge it in a song because I know that's a blessing that don't everybody um coming from where I come from, everybody don't have that type of privilege to grow up in a two-parent household with two parents that actually care. So I definitely I'm definitely able to appreciate something like that.
We appreciate you, man. I ain't gonna take too much of your time, man. I just wanted to finally connect with you, man, because I feel like you ain't going nowhere, man. Like you just stay, you staying driven. I heard you even teasing it might get a deluxe, man. 20 songs. You got more for us?
Oh, for sure. I definitely want to rock out with the. I just made so much music this past year that I generally don't do because I didn't never think I'd come out with a 20-song project.
Yeah, I heard you
But
say that. Like, what do you mean? Why do you say that?
because I'm the type of person that when I make music, that's it. It ain't this the song. I know this song is worthy enough to go on the project, but this time around, with me trying to make so many different types of music, it's like I wanted to put it all out there to show the fans what I was working on. And of course, with the pandemic, I was making more music than usual.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's funny because you did the GOAT and it was a great rollout and you had all these dope visuals and then next thing you know, by the end of the year you dropped the Epidemic record, which wasn't even on the GOAT album. Like, why did you decide to put that out? And did that start up the next project?
Yeah, that was definitely that's just a trend that I go about and dropping my music every year because when I dropped Dial Legend, my first single, to be released, which was in September, just like Epidemic, and it was Heartless, which was on the GOAT. So that's the same type of trend that I always follow with my rollouts.
Dope. So, any more future plans this year we should look out for?
I definitely plan on, like I say, dropping a deluxe for the summer, touring, and gathering my artists, signing new artists, and possibly dropping a project with all of them. I got some dope ass artists, so I'm definitely just gonna keep on applying pressure all year long.
Absolutely. Who are your artists? What's their names?
I got an artist from Syracuse, New York. His name's Scory. Then I got another artist out of Philly. His name Young Live.
Okay, cool. We're gonna look out for that, man. Yo, Polo, man, can't wait to do this in person one day, man. I appreciate how you moving out here in the game, man. Wish you nothing but continued success, man. Keep doing
For
it.
sure. I
All right.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Title check in, Polo G. Number one album on deck, baby.
Gang.
Yes, sir. Yeah, y'all. Quick one right there.